Hi, my name is Jitendra Aulak. I am Assistant Weed Scientist at the Connecticut Agricultural Experiment Station. First of all, I welcome you to this virtual barn exhibit titled Palmer Amaranth, a new devastating pigweed to watch out for. As I just mentioned, Palmer Amaranth is the newest member of the pigweed family in Connecticut. It was discovered on a pumpkin farm in Harford County in the summer of 2019. Palmer amaranth is also known as Palmer pigweed or careless pigweed. Its scientific name is Amaranthus palmeri and it belongs to the pigweed family Amaranthaceae. Palmer amaranth is native to the northern deserts of southwestern United States and northwestern Mexico. Over the past 2 decades, it has spread across most of the continental US and is a problematic weed in more than 40 states. Palmer amaranth is a highly competitive plant. It is much more aggressive than other pigweed species commonly found in Connecticut. It grows very fast. Under ideal growing conditions, Palmer amaranth can grow 2 to 3 inches per day. It has extended germination window and can germinate from May through September. The baseline germination temperature is 62°F and maximum germination occurs at 95°F. It is a dioecious plant, which means there are separate male and female plants. It has tremendous seed production potential. Single female Palmer amaranth can produce more than 600,000 seeds. Typically, Palmer amaranth grows to a height of 4 to 6 feet, but it can reach a height over 10 feet in tall-staged crops like corn. In a recent survey across the United States, Palmer amaranth ranked number 1 among 10 most problematic weeds in many agronomic and horticultural crops. It's been reported to cause as high as 100% yield loss in many of these crops. Regarding Palmer amaranth identification, Palmer amaranth is often misidentified as red-root pigweed, smooth pigweed, or common water hemp. Identification is very difficult, particularly in the seedling stage. However, in the later growth stages, it can easily be distinguished from other pigweed species on the basis of differences in plant and leaf shape, petiole length, stem hair, and floral structures. This is Palmer amaranth in seedling stage. In the seedling stage, you can differentiate pigweed species based on the presence of hair. So with the help of a magnifying glass, if you see there are fine hairs on stem and petiole, it is not Palmer amaranth. It could be either red root or smooth pigweed. Leaves of a Palmer amaranth plant are oval or diamond shaped and they are arranged in a rosette, which gives the plant a poinsettia-like appearance. Occasionally, Palmer amaranth leaves may have V-shaped watermarks called chevrons. This is red root pigweed and you can see leaves are ovate in shape and they are broader near the base. Now you are looking at smooth pigweed. Leaves are egg-shaped and they are broadest in the middle. Common water hemp leaves are very glossy and they are elliptical in shape. Hair on stems and leaves can help differentiate Palmer amaranth from other similar pigweed species. If hair are present, it is either red root pigweed or smooth pigweed. If no hair are present on stem and petioles, it's either Palmer amaranth or common water hemp. Petiole length differs with the pigweed species. Petiole is the stalk that connects the leaf blade to the stem. Palmer amaranth petioles are longer than the leaf blade, whereas in other similar pigweed species, petioles are much shorter than the leaf blade. Palmer pigweed seed heads look and feel different than those of its lookalikes. There are 2 types of flowers in Palmer amaranth, male flowers which are soft to touch and female flowers which are prickly, very long and always end in a long terminal spike. Now the question is, who should be concerned? All growers, whether they are in an organic or non-organic production system, whether you grow corn for any purpose, you are in vegetables, cucurbits or plantation crops, you need to be proactive, be on the lookout. I want to say again, Palmer pigweed should not be taken lightly. It is much more competitive than other pigweeds you have dealt with so far. So why should you be concerned? Palmer amaranth is not only a highly competitive weed, but it is also becoming resistant to so many herbicides, and it's developing this resistance very quick. Currently in the United States, Palmer amaranth is resistant to herbicides from 8 different sites of action groups. It is resistant to ALS inhibitors, EPSPS inhibitors, growth regulators like 2,4-D, HPPD inhibitors, which are commonly used in corn, long-chain fatty acid inhibitors, our pre-emergent herbicides like dual magnum, microtubule inhibitors like pendimethalin, photosystem 2 inhibitors, atrazine, PPO inhibitors like lactofen, foamsafen, and GOL. Now, Palmer amaranth is resistant to multiple herbicides in many states. For example, in Arkansas and Kansas, same plant is resistant to at least 5 different herbicides. The bad news for us is Palmer pigweed that arrived in Connecticut last year is also a multiple herbicide resistant population. In our herbicide trials, I have found it resistant to ALS inhibitor herbicides like classic imazapyr, oust, and sandia by more than 16 folds. It was also resistant to glyphosate by 4 folds, and it survived the recommended rate of atrazine. Prevention is better than cure. Therefore, it's very important to know its correct identification, not only to control it, but also to prevent its spread into new areas. And now that it is here in Connecticut, growers need to be proactive, and they need to begin starting their fields at least once a month from May through September. And if you have a few scattered Palmer amaranth plants at your farm, and if they haven't headed yet, pull them up, lie them down, making sure they do not reroot. Do not let any plant produce seed. If you have serious Palmer amaranth infestation, harvest those areas after harvesting the areas with no infestation. Clean your equipment thoroughly after harvesting to prevent movement of Palmer pigweed seeds into new areas. Spread awareness among your fellow growers. That's all for now. Thank you for your time and interest. If you have any questions or need help with identification and control, here is my contact information. Thanks again.